stars stood alone on the mountain path, wind whipping her blue hair around her face. Below her, nestled between emerald hills, lay her village, unaware of the danger that streaked across the night sky. Each flash of light that streaked across the heavens was a burning brand, hot enough to reduce a man to ashes in an instant. And each one of those burning brands was hurling towards her village. She tightened her grip on the hilt of her long white sword. It thrummed with power in her hand, ready to cut through any evil that dared invade her peaceful world. The sword had been passed down to her from her ancestors, each line etched into its surface, telling tales of valor and sacrifice. She was the last of her line, the last of the Moon Shadow clan, and tonight she would either die a hero or bring shame to her people by failing to protect them. The first star reached the top of the mountain and exploded in a shower of sparks. She raised her sword to meet it, steel ringing against celestial fire. Sparks showered down, but not a single ember touched the ground. All the falling stars were attracted to her blade, drawn toward its source of power. They swirled around her, crashing into her sword, but it held firm as the battle raged above her. She searched for an opening, a weakness in the onslaught of celestial fire. But there was none. The stars kept coming, relentless in their assault. Yet something was off. The warrior couldn't put her finger on it, but there was something about this battle that didn't feel right. As the first rays of dawn began to touch the horizon, the warrior grew weary. Her arms ached from holding her sword aloft and her vision blurred. The falling stars showed no signs of stopping. If she couldn't end this soon, the sky would be filled with fire. By sunrise, and her village would be lost. With a surge of desperate strength, she thrust her sword toward the sky, meeting the next incoming star head-on. For a moment, everything hung in the balance. Then the star began to slow. It quivered in mid-air, then turned. It wasn't a burning brand of celestial fire anymore. It was a lantern, crafted from cool, smooth metal. It drifted slowly downward, away from the hilt of her sword, revealing a soft, inviting glow. She lowered her sword, surprised by the change. More stars drifted down, turning into lanterns and floating past her, some landing softly on the ground, others disappearing over the tops of the distant trees. As the last of the stars fell, the sky began to lighten, and the forest below was bathed in an ethereal glow. Cautiously, the warrior climbed down the mountain to investigate. The villagers were stirring in their homes, confused by the sudden brightness of dawn. The warrior walked among them, taking in the serenity of the morning, the gentle chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the soft breeze. There was not a single sign of the battle that had raged above them during the night. Then she saw it, nestled in the crook of an old tree. Something glinted in the morning light. She walked toward it, drawn by an unseen force. As she drew closer, she could make out the shape of a person lying in the tree, kneeling beside him. She gently turned his head. His skin was the color of polished bronze, his eyes closed, his chest rising and falling with each breath. He was alive, but he was no warrior of the stars. He was one of her villagers, a young man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. He stirred, opening his eyes to look at her. A confused expression flickered across his face before morphing into recognition and a wide grin. "You're awake," she said, relief flooding through her. "I must have fallen asleep while gathering herbs," he replied, sitting up. "What about you? Are you hurt?" She shook her head, realizing that not only was she unharmed, but her sword was, too. The celestial fire had vanished, leaving behind only smooth metal and soft, inviting light. She looked back at the village, at the peaceful smiles of the villagers going about their day, tending to their crops or walking to the market, their laughter echoing in the morning air. And she understood the stars hadn't come to destroy her village. They had come to share their light. The warrior of the falling stars had won her battle, not with her sword, but with her compassion.